That's on record. That's on record.
That's on record. And that's on record.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
We have a new one. This is a Noble Red. I don't think I've had this one on a podcast yet.
I burped.
That's disgusting.
It
Excuse
was a mistake.
Excuse Peter, the vulgar man.
Well, I could have farted and you could have used it in your Only Farts page.
Oh my God.
But I was saving it for you so you could bottle it.
Oh my God, I don't want to.
And then sell it as your farts, trick everybody into it. It's like what Orange is the New Black had that episode where they were selling worn underwear.
I think you've mentioned this before.
Have I?
I think so, I don't know. I got over that show after the first season was good, and then I feel like second season I lost interest.
I did, but then Ruby Rose came on and got interest again because I like Ruby Rose.
She's a bit cool.
She's a bit cool.
She's really
we
nice.
met her.
Yeah, she's really nice.
She was really nice, yeah, extremely nice.
I should take a leaf out of her book.
Yes, instead of running away from people, you should be prepared to say, hello, thank you for your support, rather than, I don't want to speak to them.
I do, I just get shy.
I get shy.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
Pretty shy for a white guy.
But yeah, the bottle that Peter gets the wines from ran out of the old one, so I'm on this Noble Red GSM from Heathcote in Victoria. It's very nice. I quite like a GSM.
A GSM.
Yeah.
Well...
And Peter's drinking wine today.
I'm drinking wine. I'm drinking Schubert's, the Hatchling.
That's really nice.
2019. I recommend, if you're in Australia, it's about $40 a bottle.
It's really
But
good.
I think we bought it cheaper than that. I think that's their online price. I think when we went and tasted, but it is a really, really nice.
I think I was drinking that last
It's ready to
podcast.
drink now. Like, it's really good right now.
I think I was drinking that last podcast and
What are you doing?
my leg got caught on my chair. And I said it was really good, and then when Peter realised which one it was, he was like, oh, that's too good for you.
Yes. I don't know
nice,
how
though.
you got hold of that.
You brought it in for me to drink and didn't realise
No,
that it was a bit too nice for
I might have
Bec.
mistaken the levels.
Perhaps. But it's really good. Highly recommend.
Highly recommend.
Yes. And I know you don't recommend, but we found, if you're also in Melbourne, we found a good taco place today on Johnson Street
Yes.
called Frankie's Tortas and Tacos. And they do like proper street tacos, which is pretty hard to find in Australia.
Yeah, like, my only complaint was mine was they're both a bit salty.
They're a bit
just
salty,
tiny
but
bit
I like
salty.
salt. So to me, wasn't
No,
really...
you don't. You whinge at the beach.
I like salt on my food. Like, I'll be cooking and I add salt into it, and then afterwards I still add extra salt on mine, and Jared always looks at me funny, being like, how much salt do you need on things?
Yeah, I tended to... I don't know when it happened. I think when I moved out, because Mum and Dad were pretty heavy on salt, and I think I just slowly didn't even add salt. There's only certain things I'd add salt to. But then once I started cooking, I
just add it
realised that bit of salt brought flavour out more. You didn't taste the salt so much, you brought the flavour stronger. But then a lot of time, when I don't know, a tiny little bit of salt on cooked tomatoes I love, but I put on twice, put too much on, and it just wrecked it. And it's only like a bee stick too much. It's not like a lot of too much. It's like a tiny bit of too much. But
It's got to be really salty for me to say something's too salty. Like, I love the amount of chicken salt I put on chips is kind of criminal.
yeah, there's a lot of the potato chips I just find I'll feel like I need to brush them before I eat them because they're just too saltess.
I have, like, you know, from fish and chip shops, the chicken salt you get from there, the yellow stuff. I have a tub of that at home, and I put, like, when I do oven fries, I put that, and the amount I put on, Jared, like, looks at me and he's like, your arteries probably hate you. Salt, is that bad for your arteries?
I don't know, it depends what school you go to.
I don't know.
No, I'm serious. It really depends what... If you're in carnivore school, they're telling you to have more salt because you need it. But if you're in the upside down food triangle group, who say sugar is great for you...
Sugar's not great for me.
It's been proven. There's, like, you can Google it and you can find out there's a whole heap of doctors in the late 60s, I think it was, that paid $50,000 to redo the food triangle, and Fruit Loops and things like that ended up on The top of it. It's a big scam. Sam bang, thank you, scam. But I don't know, it's how to get the truth is impossible.
Yeah.
Because as a few things I've said, if you want to do a scientific, how do you get the right scientific report or something? It's whoever pays a scientist is the one who's going to get their version of the report they want. So when they book a scientist, they're not saying, give me your findings, they're saying, we want you to find this.
Right.
So the scientists will hunt for that finding and disregard anything other. But you listen to, say, the keto or the carnivore or those people, and then you listen to vegans, and then you listen to rounded doctors, like everything in moderation, but if you listen, they all contradict each other so bad. They all still say all this technical stuff.
But they're all
like,
contradictions.
who do you believe? So I'm not.
I don't know.
But there's one thing I found really interesting, the whole thing of cholesterol being bad. Cholesterol's bad as if you've got clogged arteries and you've already got, arteries, the bow and arrow shooter. Yeah, well, if they're clogged, they're no good. They miss everything.
Arteries.
Leave me alone. You're always picking on me. I never pick on you.
Never. Not once.
Nobody's ever seen me pick on you. I actually had a dream last night that I slapped you during a podcast.
Oh my God, let's not bring it.
Slapped you really hard.
Let's not make that a reality.
No, but we did it as a joke. Like, we set it up to look like I did, and everyone actually thought I really did, and it just went pear-shaped. The next minute on the news.
Cancelled.
You were cancelled for not standing up for yourself.
Of course.
Of course, I wasn't. I was heroised. Yeah, whatever. I think it went on to Muslim TV. We're allowed to on there, aren't you?
Oh my God.
I don't know. I just
Work here.
Yeah. We shouldn't have liquid lunches.
No,
on
I know.
the podcast. This could be dangerous.
Oh, that's fine. We didn't drink too much. We just had.
No, I only had 2 beers and a mezcal.
I only had 2 margaritas.
And you found out what the difference is between mezcal
And tequila. I did. It was a very educational lunch.
Are you going to share it with the world? Or have
I
you
did. I
forgotten?
told them. It was called Frankie's. Taught it as toasted.
No, the difference between mezcal and...
I thought you meant the place. The difference is mezcal is made from the agave plant and tequila is made from a certain type of agave plant. So mezcal's so tequila is a type of mezcal.
But mezcal, if it's made from this type of agave, it's not mezcal, it's agave. It's a tequila.
Yes.
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 So why are people snobby on... Remember it's a nice Mexican, a little bit upper class, so it's not so traditional.
In West Hollywood.
In West Hollywood,
Yeah,
they
and
say
they were
don't mention the T word because they only sell mezcals, they don't sell the T word.
I don't know.
I don't see any problem with titties, but if you...
I don't know why they were like that, but...
They allow you to order tortillas.
Oh my God.
There's a few things on the menu with tea.
No tequila though.
No, can't
Place
say.
was good though.
Tequila.
I said our Mexican food. We're pretty bad for it.
Mexican. Italian, Mexican, barbecue, burgers.
Pizza.
It's Italian.
Oh, what?
Sorry.
Pizza.
Italian, Mexican, barbecue, Domino's. Is that better?
No, Domino's is
It's
trash.
not pizza.
It's trash.
A quick poll. I think we should go and try and put a poll up. Do we do Florida, Miami, or do we do...
Miami, Florida. That's what you say.
No, Florida, Miami.
You say it is Miami, Florida. Or do we do Washington?
Yeah, but Oregon, was it?
No, Oregon, no.
Seattle.
Yes, Seattle, yeah.
Well, give us a town. Don't give us a whole
I don't really, I haven't
country.
looked into it. It's not a country, it's a state.
It's like the person who tried to scam us by buying my lenses and saying, how much for shipping? We asked what state? They said USA. So USA is not a state of Australia.
That's so good. That was funny.
It's nearly as good as the time I'm on Telstra, which is a telecommunications company in Australia. And I said to the guy was talking some crap about NBN, and he said, you're in an outage at the moment because the local council hasn't upgraded the lines. And I said, the local council doesn't handle NBN. Because yes, they do. It's all through. I said, what country are you ringing? Oh, Australia. I said, no, NBN's under federal government. It's got nothing to do with local council. No, it's through the local council. They haven't maintained your area. And I thought, you idiot.
I have no idea. Ever since the Facebook scam a little while ago, I've been so weary about like...
Well, even today we had...
a thing from Nord, which is a VP.
I call it Norwood.
I know you do.
Well, Norwood used to be a company I dealt with for years, and I just see NOR and think Norwood. But Nord.
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 But even...
Who'd call himself Nord?
Oh, them.
It's like Nubit. Or Nubit.
It's like Schubert.
Schubert. Oh, yeah, but Schubert's all right. Schubert's good.
I'm just so weary. And even they sent a thing saying to update billing, but I was like, do we trust it? Like...
Yeah, I thought all banks say never click on any email link. Just go on there through your normal login.
Yeah.
So I went on through my normal login.
You couldn't find it?
And they couldn't find what they needed updated. But then, so I clicked the link and I didn't type anything in, so I didn't pass it. And it opened up with my account automatically, didn't ask for passwords. I didn't want to hit that next.
Yeah.
And they'd already listed my payment terms. I don't know why they need it updated.
I don't know, it's a bit weird. But we were
I was going to get a month for free. It's bad luck. I'd rather not get a month for free than get scammed.
Yeah. We were selling some stuff on Facebook Marketplace, which is notorious for scams.
Oh, it's one of the safest places in the world.
So notorious for scams. And I just don't trust anyone. Like, and the way that they were like, oh, yeah, I'm interested in buying this. Can you ship? And we were like, yeah, what's the address? They're like, I'm interstate at the moment. And I was like, cool, what's the address? Where are you? Like, USA. I'm like, if you're gonna scam.
And the fact that it didn't even ask, is this your best price or anything? Yeah, I'll buy that.
People, yeah. I'm a bit more cluey with things now after that.
Like, I know it's a good price. I've got, like, they're amazing lenses. They are seriously some of the nicest glass I've ever used. And the personal photographer and videographer for, what's the bald rapper? Pitbull.
Yeah.
His personal photographer.
Really specific, some bald rapper.
No, yeah. Well, it's a guy that he pays and he's on call 24/7, and he's done a lot of his social media shit as well as a lot of his personal shots. He did the Steve Tyler song with Pitbull out the front in LA, out front of one of the casinos, and it was all filmed with these beautiful little
Loxia?
Loxias, like a Loxias on the Sony. And I already had them, but I never tried filming with them before, and I did, and they're to die for filming, but most people can't handle the manual focus, whereas most cinematographers are used to manual focus. But the price is really good. Now, I looked at the price, and anybody buying from the US, they're getting it just above half price, and they're like brand new condition.
But then shipping to the US is going to be...
The shipping wasn't that high, it's only like $40. Yeah. But yeah, I still expected someone to haggle, and I just go, yeah, I'll buy that.
But speaking of...
That's right, he wanted us to send a money request.
Yes,
so we just faked out that we'd done it.
Yeah.
He goes, I can't see it yet.
And I was like, no, I've sent it. And then all of a sudden their account wasn't there anymore. I was like, oh, scammer.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. Well, just come on to Zoom and we'll get a live look at and we'll see what you're doing wrong.
But jumping back to this, I don't know where and why, I haven't looked into where, but we were thinking of trying somewhere up north in America doing workshops. So somewhere in Washington, maybe Seattle, I don't know. Or trying Florida, because we've had a lot of people say come to Florida. But last time we went to Florida, we went to Orlando, and there wasn't a great deal of interest.
There was a nice go-kart track.
That was fun. It wasn't a nice slingshot.
The slingshot, which you wouldn't go. We stood there for a while watching other people go.
Yeah, I watch reaction videos of people. I'm not getting on there. You cannot pay me enough to get on.
Is that why I'm getting them back in my feed?
No, I still watch them on my phone.
I got all of a sudden they're appearing in my feed.
No, I watch them on my phone. Anyways, we don't. So if you guys have any, but I know my thing is we're definitely doing Eatonton in Georgia again, and Georgia and Florida are really close. So they're like next door neighbours. So I just don't know if it's too close. But the thing in Eatonton is going to be so different to what we would be doing down in Miami.
Yeah, but I don't know. The Miami thing's a bit not me.
Yeah, but we don't have
We
to
tried
do.
doing that in Fiji, and it's.
We don't have to do beach. I was just saying there is a lot of that down there. That's why I thought, would we do something like beach?
So if we
down
go
there?
1 or 2 blocks back from the beach, do we get to the homeless and to the fentanyl streets?
It looks like a movie set. Like if you like.
No, I've never been there, so I don't know.
It looks like a movie set.
I'm thinking like Vegas. I've seen how Vegas is so amazing. Go back 2 blocks, and all of a sudden,
I wouldn't know. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, I went to the hospital, and there was some pretty derelict people around there.
that was a mirror. You'd been drinking a lot that night. That was just a mirror. That was actually you walking like the zombie. It wasn't other people. And yes, you had your gown on back to front.
I met some interesting characters. I met who did I meet? I think I met the lady, and she wanted cigarettes, and I was
You
like,
met the lady.
well, because there was a family.
So there's a person over there called the lady.
There was like this family, and their daughter was in hospital, and the lady was like, the mother was visiting her, and I went out the front, and I think we were both trying to like get a cigarette off each other, and I was like, well, I'm just going to go buy some. So she came with me across the road. Meanwhile, Casey, my best friend's come to pick me up from the hospital. She's gone into my room. I'm not there. She's freaked out. Because apparently the hospital weren't meant to let me go without someone checking me out. Anyway, Casey can't find me. She's freaking out. She's then found the brother who can't find his mother. So then they're looking...
So Casey hooked up with the brother. And you're hooking up with the mother.
Casey and the brother are looking, and he's like, I can't find my mum. And she's like, I can't find my best friend. Anyway, we came back with ciggies and we saw them. And he was like, oh, that's my mum. And she's like, oh, that's my best friend.
Oh, that's a bottle of alcohol.
Then they gave us a lift back to the hotel.
And then robbed you.
I have some really interesting stories from Vegas. They were nice people.
Nice people.
Yeah.
Nice.
They were nice. Yeah.
So nice.
Anyways, we don't know where to go in America. We're taking expressions of interest.
Like, there's so many towns we can go.
Yeah.
But there's a couple, like I've been San Fran, and sorry, just...
I've heard it's really dangerous now.
It was really dangerous in there. Like,
Yeah.
just during the workshop, I think half the people's cars got smashed windows, and it didn't look like a derelict area. It looked like a...
Yeah.
So that, I don't know, seeing too much stuff coming up in the feed where just innocent people...
Well, I was speaking to some people who did LA last year. I think there was someone who's from San Fran, and even he said, yeah, it's pretty dangerous. So, sorry about the noise.
Oh, yeah, the roller doors. Yes, it's at roller door time. We shouldn't do podcasts during roller door time.
We shouldn't. We always do.
At least it's not swearing at people time. He's a carpenter who does custom timber windows and that. It's very expensive, the work he does, but every now and then he just goes off his rocker.
And we can hear him
yelling
screaming
and
from in here.
He's a little bit fiery.
It's a bit funny though.
Yes, he had that argument with the people this side of us.
Oh, yes, that's right.
That got a bit funny. It got very funny.
We're just sitting here with our little Swiss flag.
Yeah.
We just take photos.
So what did you do this weekend?
I went to a 30th and I was hungover, and then I went out drinking because my best friend twisted my arm and said, come out for drinks. And then I spent way too much money on alcohol and then woke up on Saturday with an even bigger hangover. And then I had a quiet one for the rest of the weekend.
Your 4-day weekend.
Well,
so you had 2 quiet ones. You had,
yeah,
what,
well, no, Saturday night,
Monday?
one of my friends came over and we just had some wines at home. Because what better on a 2-day hangover than to have another glass of wine? I promise I'm not an alcoholic, guys. This makes me sound really bad. And then Sunday I just had a quiet one, and then Monday did some wedding planning stuff with my mother, and then obviously I had to come back to work, so that was my weekend.
Obviously I had to come back to work. You didn't have to come back to work. There's a queue of people waiting.
No, I had to.
You had to stop them, kick them away from the front door so they couldn't get in.
So yeah, that was my weekend. I spent too much. I'm meant to be saving money. It was Casey's fault. She twisted my arm. She was like, come
I
out.
can help you save. It's really, really easy. I just pay you half. No. Well, you'll cut your spending down by half. You watch. It works instantly.
No, it doesn't.
Well, have you noticed the more you earn, the more you're spending?
Not
No, yes, of course. Go back to what you were earning when you started with me to what you're earning now.
I did have
Your
a
savings-
mortgage when I started with you.
All right, even go back to, how long have you been in your house?
Since 2019.
So you're coming up to 5 years. Right, so even back when you first moved into your house.
Yeah, but my mortgage was affordable then. It was before all the rates went
You've
up.
had a few pay rises.
Yeah, I know. Okay, maybe you spend more when you earn more, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Get that OnlyFarts page going.
No, I just need my best friend to not be so persuasive and say, come out for drinks.
You should just be stronger-willed.
She really persuaded me.
Nobody's persuaded me out for drinks.
And plus Jared was going out with the boys, so my other option was sit at home alone, and I was like, I'm going to go out. I forget how expensive drinks are when you're out. It's so annoying. I hate going to a bar and spending like $13 on a glass of wine. Like I can buy a bottle for that, and like a reasonable bottle.
Yeah, well, I used to complain when Coronas were around about $8 or $9.
I think
and
they're
now
still-
it's at 16 or something in some places.
I got, you know those Suntory premix things I drink?
No, but anyway, you
They're
drink.
like $25 for a 4-pack. They're like $15 to $18 out for one. I'm like, that's criminal. That is, it's rude. I'll still buy them though. But
So rude.
it's rude. Anyway, that
I
was
don't really go out drinking because it's too expensive. It's like, even the mezcal I had today, it was nowhere near as good as what I call my everyday mezcal at home. And what an everyday means is I can put it in a glass and I can sip it. I don't have to lip sip suck it. I can sip it, and it's not like, oh, this is amazing, but I enjoy it. But this was sort of like, it was lucky there was the thing to suck on afterwards because it was a little bit rocket fuel-y, but the price was up with what I'd call, you know, the higher
end, yeah.
And it's really, they need to train their waiters there. So what do you recommend? I don't really drink mezcal.
No, I just kind of,
No, well, he should be told.
yeah.
So a waiter's job is to sell.
Yeah, I guess.
He should, the boss should say, all right, all of these mezcals we make good money on, so recommend those. Or for people who want to know what's best, this is our best.
Yeah, I guess. Because if someone asked me, like, what's your best whiskey, I'd be like, I don't know, I don't drink whiskey.
I know, but you're not, that's in your house.
No, I meant like
if you're
if I...
working there, you should have been educated to what is your best.
Should have.
It's like my neighbour who used to have the best restaurant on the hills and then went bankrupt because my wife ordered a scotch and dry and she came back 10 minutes later and goes, we don't have any scotch.
So they went bankrupt because of that.
She didn't know scotch was Scotch whiskey.
Oh, right.
Right, so she's in a bar and she didn't know scotch meant whiskey.
Where were we?
I don't know where we were.
When Jared and I were in that lounge in Madrid. I mean, okay, fair enough, English.
That lounge. I haven't
airport-
been in the airport lounge.
the airport lounge.
Which one?
The one at the Iberia one in Madrid.
Iberia, yeah.
It's a good. I like that lounge. I like their food selection there. Anyway, we went to the bar and okay, fair enough. They speak Spanish. English isn't their first language. But Jared was like, "Can I have a bourbon and Coke?" And she was like, "What's bourbon?" And Jared's like Jack Daniels. And she was still confused. And Jared's like that one there. I don't know. Maybe I'm picking on
He
people.
didn't use his hands when he spoke.
No, he was like, but then she got it, but she didn't know what bourbon was. I feel like people in bars should know what bourbon
I've
is.
been into a few different places. Even on one of the flights on Emirates, I said, I'll have just the bourbon, thanks. And she, so is the whiskey? And I said, no, the bourbon.
Maybe it's our accents though. We do have funny accents.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
We have Australian accents.
Yeah, they're a bit weird sounding.
They sound fine to me. I understand them.
Of course you do. You're Australian. You
I
dang
can
it.
understand Americans. How come they should put a little bit of effort into understanding us?
I don't know, some
Some
heavy Southern accents I struggle with. It's like even in the UK, the more north you get, the more I struggle with it. Like heavy Scottish accents, I have no idea.
I had to grow up with Cherie's dad, and it was either answer the answer right, or you're dead. So I learned very quick to understand him.
I get lost. Sometimes I'll fall into like funny areas of TikTok, and I'm like, what are you guys saying?
Yeah, I can't remember what was it. I don't think it was a show. Somewhere I couldn't understand someone the other day. Can't remember what it was, and I had to keep... Yeah, it was the NBN guys that came out. He kept on talking. I don't understand a word you're saying. I'm not being racist, I just do not understand a word. And I think they're Filipinos, so talking, it didn't sound like a language I knew.
Filipinos tend to have a bit more of an American accent.
Yeah, I don't know, but he kept on saying things. And there was someone else that was really, when my wife bought the car. Oh
yeah,
my
you had
God.
no idea.
Cherie, and I just pretend I didn't hear him because I couldn't understand a word he said. He had to repeat it 4 times until we go, headlights.
I feel bad, like sometimes when we're doing workshops overseas, and you speak really fast, and so do I as well. But I could see.
You shouldn't give me speed before a workshop.
But I can see like either you'll be talking to someone or I will, and I can see them like pretending, and I'm like, they can't understand. So I'm like, okay, let me rephrase and slow it down because I'm probably using too many Australianisms and speaking too fast.
It's not so much we talk fast. We mix words together.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Australianisms.
3 words become one.
Yeah, it's Australian. We just use slang. We shorten words. We mix them together.
We mumble.
Yeah, we do that as well. And I can
just
see.
We look away and talk, so you can't see our lips.
And I can see people getting lost, and I'm like, okay, let me start again and slow down. So you can.
I think my biggest problem was since I started getting hay fever after COVID. It might be that thing I was told about shredding, people virus shredding, and that you get infected by their shredding of their vaccine. I think it's a conspiracy. I think,
what?
Well, there's a particular model that you know very well, that if you got vaccinated, she wouldn't go near you because you'd be shedding the vaccination, and that was more dangerous than COVID. It's all right. She had a tinfoil hat.
Oh, okay.
But it was that LA trip, and you remember I just started sneezing and sneezing, and ever since then. But now I've always got an itchy nose, so I tend to talk like this a lot, and I think I just do it without thinking, and completely hide my mouth and muffle what I said.
Yeah.
That's a me thing. I know how messy I talk because I have to edit.
I was about to say, and you even because I know you've complained about when you're editing, you'll start, like you just said, you start to talk and then you turn away and you keep talking, and it's like, stop doing that.
or I'll start talking as I'm making noise. You idiots.
Move
the thing first, then talk about what you're doing. The amount of times I would be on something and didn't finish it and go, how do I edit this in? And then the other thing I'll do, might make a mistake or stumble, and then I go to say, but I didn't take it from the start, so I can't even cut the menu bit in. So I become really good at being able to see. I might have been saying it, and I'm grabbing the it from this sentence and the it from that sentence, cutting the 2 it's in half and joining the it together so it flows. And you can't. Some of them I get so good. Then there's others, I'm just going, I don't understand a word I just said. I'm just going to edit that little bit out.
This is this.
This is this.
That's still my favourite.
Leave me alone.
Jared,
you have some pretty good ones yourself.
Jared dropped a this is this the other day.
Did he?
Yeah.
Is he copying me?
Sometimes.
I think he's in love with me personally.
He might be. Are you guys actually getting married?
No, we rather play up behind your back.
Oh, okay. I see. Do you want to talk about photography stuff or no? Should we? You got your Leicas downgraded.
Downgraded, thank you.
Isn't that what they did? Because they didn't.
Yeah, I really like Leica, but they're just another freaking camera company. No, they are. It's the people in the shops and in Melbourne. In fact, every shop I think I've been into Leica, except the ones that just think they're right up themselves because they work in Leica. And I might be just a junior assistant and they're just sort of, so I walk in jeans and T-shirt and look like I'm just a tyre kicker. And I'll be asking and they're giving me nothing. Like, I'm just after some information and I'm not going to give you too much information. I just want to know without you pre-guessing what I want the answer to be, so you just don't. And all of a sudden, an owner or someone else will walk out and go, "Oh, Peter, you're Peter Colson." And then all of a sudden, they're being kicked off the floor and this guy's talking to me, and then they come back and they're all friendly to you now because someone else has said, "Oh, he does a podcast," or he does. But skipping all of that, one thing with Hasselblad, when they were owned properly, they weren't owned by DJI, I would always be the person that found the faults. And it would always come back, "Nobody else can get this fault to happen. What are you stupid Australians doing?" And every single time I was able to work out how to re-cause the faults. And then I would tell them a set sequence to do, and they'd go, "Ooh."
Yes.
Oh, and within 24 hours, it'd be a firmware upgrade to fix it. Because I understand you can't know every scenario of if you
How
press this
someone's
button, this
using
button, this button, and
yeah.
scratch your ass, this is going to happen. So, and I'm very much on with, and I shouldn't be like this, but it's caused me a few problems on computers, but on cameras, I feel firmware upgrades mean they're going to fix any little bugs, and if there's going to be something that makes it a little bit better, it's going to be in it.
Yeah.
So I did the latest firmware upgrade on the 2 SLs, and all of a sudden, I couldn't use ISO on my back dial. And because my fingers are so memorized to a camera, so when I pick up my Hasselblad, I know this does this does this, and ISO is this, click. This click, then this button. And I can just do it brain dead. All I'm doing is talking to the model and saying, yeah, beautiful, lovely, lovely. But without even, no, but what I mean, I'm doing that continual, but this is just happening automatically.
Yeah, you're not focusing on that, you're focusing on getting the shot.
I'm changing my ISO, I'm changing my shutter, I'm changing my aperture without even thinking what I'm pressing to change it. And I'd been shooting with the Leica SL series enough and set all my buttons up exactly where I wanted them. The first problem I wanted to do is on any of the lenses, so I'll put the M lenses, and this is a Leica M adapter. I'll put my M lens on any of them. I'm struggling with focus. This button here on a manual focus camera, I have set to zoom in.
And they took that away.
So I'd zoom in, no, I'm just missing the focus on the catch light in the eye. And that didn't work anymore. So I went into menus to try and load it, and you'd go into using manual lens, this button to magnify, you'd put it on there, you click on it, and it still wouldn't do it. So I messed around, and it was both cameras were doing the same thing. And when I went to them and told them about this, they said, "Oh yeah, we're having a look." And I think it took 1 or 2 days, and they came back and said, yeah, there's the latest firmware upgrade that you've just done, which they told everybody to do because it's great. If you were using the Leica M adapter, made by Leica, there is a set of electrical contacts on the back of it, which tells the camera what lens you're using and all that type of stuff. It's faulting the thing. So if you put sticky tape over those so the camera can't read the lens, you'll get that button back. And that worked. But it didn't tell me that I would lose my ISO on this wheel. And the only way I could get ISO on this wheel was to click the wheel. But it's such an alien motion for me to do, it was going to be so frustrated. So in a month's time, they're going to have a fix. Yeah, it's coming shortly. The SL3 is coming out. There'll be the new firmware for all cameras when that comes out. 2 weeks later, it still hasn't come out. Take my cameras back to Leica, have them downgraded back to the one before that, which means I've lost all my presets. So every one of my preset menus and preset buttons, I have to go through and do all of that again. Yeah,
but would you rather have to go through do that again?
No, I'd rather them have just brought out a new firmware update to fix their problem.
I guess.
But I find this with so many companies. We're putting all our energy into selling a new or making a new camera than fixing something we stuffed up. And it ended up being there's quite a few faults that came from that firmware, and they haven't fixed it all because it's all to do with the manual lenses. Well, sorry, isn't the whole idea of us buying these cameras to be able to use your vintage lenses because this is what you have above other camera companies? Anyway, this is me ranting and raving, and did I mention it last time I bought another Hasselblad?
No, because I think you only got that the other day, didn't you?
I haven't got it yet.
I can't remember.
They wasted a week on shipping. Oh, sorry, the shipping courier didn't come and pick it up, so we sent a different courier. A week later. Anyway.
Do you have a new Hasselblad?
Well, it's not new. It's a new second-hand. It's
new to you.
And
can't remember if we mentioned it last week or not.
It's amazing.
Or maybe we did, because if it's been a week of shipping, maybe you did.
Could have been.
So we probably have mentioned it, so sorry.
Someone did, but someone asked in the message.
Maybe we're repeating ourselves.
How much should I pay for it or something?
Yeah, which we must have repeated, we must have mentioned it.
Repeat.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Sorry.
Parrots.
Parrots. But
Pete the parrot. Mm-hmm.
If you change your mindset, and I think that's a little bit of a difference with everything you do in life, if you change your mindset, you look at things a different way, and all of a sudden things become more clear, and things that you used to worry about don't worry you anymore because it's just you don't care because you've answered the question, so you're not questioning yourself again. So all of that work I did last year and over Christmas time on what cameras do I really need? What
lenses?
What cameras can I create with? And once I came down to the H6 is still my favourite camera in the world to create with. It's just an extension of me, does everything I want, has the look I want. And the Leica is a different look for a different thing. I'm not shooting anywhere as much, but that was partly because of that. But it was also because it's taken me a while to work out why have I got the Leica. Because it's great, it feels beautiful to use, it takes great photos, but still why have I got it? And I worked out, and once I worked that out, it's coming back to one or two lenses only. And I think what I thought was my favourite lens is, and I just like the romance of it, but I don't really need that romance in the pictures I want to take. Okay. So, and then the Mamiya, I had my 503 Hasselblad for so long, loved the camera to bits, and my Mamiya I never used very much. But when I actually looked at the photos I took and the experience of shooting with it, and I was doing it with you the other day, I don't know if you realise, so I was testing out. I wasn't shooting it with real, I was fake shooting. I didn't have a film back on. I was just testing out the ease of getting the focus I was comfortable with, and the Mamiya just left my Hasselblad for dead. And I got a $500 new piece of screen, split prism screen in there, and the Mamiya still, I find it really easy to focus.
I like the look of the Mamiya more as well. I like that 3D-ness that it gives.
The Hasselblad gives the same look. But the difference is on a longer lens on the Mamiya, on the Hasselblad I was shooting on a shorter lens, half the length. So if I put the 150 on my Hasselblad, I'll get that same 3D look.
I like the 3D look, I think it's cool.
But the shots I did with Shay, and that's in the next tutorial, or was it in the last one? No, it was in the last tutorial we did, I think. Yes. Yeah, the last tutorial we did, the shots from the Mamiya with Shay.
It's only on Inspire though, sorry, there's titties.
Yeah. I couldn't get over how many keepers there were. I only shot like 7 or 8 frames and I was happy with all the frames.
That's good.
So it's nearly up there with the Polaroid. I can't get over the Polaroid. Am I allowed to yell at someone for parking in our spots? I did this last time?
I think you did this last time.
Or is he going to turn around? Is he just turning around?
Maybe
he's just turning around. Oh no, he's gone forward. He's going to come back. Has he got a P plate on him? It's normally the green P. Oh yes, he's...
Are you going to go yell at him?
No, I'm going to just point out there's a big sign that says no parking. And he is... Sorry, this is private parking. Yeah, mate, no worries. Not editing it out. I'm going to leave it there. I don't know. How dumb can people get? There's a big sign that says tow away. And he's parked right in front of it. Still hasn't moved.
He'll go.
He'll go. If not, I'm sending you out. You can fart on him. That'll get him out of here.
God.
Anyway, is that my photography rant over and done with?
No.
I did this week. You never asked me what I did this week.
Sorry, what did you do this week?
Obviously you don't care, so why would I answer?
Care. What did you do this week? Yell at people for parking.
Oh, he's gone.
What did you do this week?
What I can't get over, they're going to a gym to exercise. They won't walk another 10 metres.
Yeah, I know. It's funny.
That's it. Anyway.
What did you do this week?
Oh, he's parking the other person's illegal spot now. Oh, what an idiot. I can't remember.
What you did this week?
No. I finished decking and garden. I did housework. And yeah.
You're a housewife.
The big railway sleepers, you shouldn't try and lift them when you're over 60.
Oh, yes.
4 of them and carry them downstairs.
Yes, you were struggling walking today. It felt like Paris again when you
Paris.
threw your back out last year.
They were a little bit heavies. I finished that off. I did some cookings and...
What'd you cook?
Pizza. Well, you know, I did you pizza yesterday.
Yes, I did have. It was very good.
Yes, I was happy with... I'm back on track with my pizza. But a lot of the weekend I spent doing the tutorials, but it was doing the stuff like the Shea. So the Shea one we did, and we did a couple recently. The one we did was for Live Fast magazine, and I sent through the files, and they get sent back a message. They loving them. So it's so different to what we normally publish, but we're publishing it. We love it.
Sick.
So that's good. Shea will be happy with that, and we'll put links in.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm going to put that onto YouTube.
Oh, I don't know if we can because we don't want to get a flat. Remember last time we put a link to something that had, remember the blog link?
I haven't edited that for YouTube. We filmed it weirdly, which made it a bit, we did sort of G-rated at the start, and then I did the spruik to go to for Inspire, was going to start, and then Shay just did whatever she wanted to do. But because of the singlet she was wearing, the girls were trying to skate the whole time anyway, so there's going to be a lot of
cuts,
trying to cut around without destroying what I was talking about. But I'm also not sure if the people on YouTube really get fashion grunge.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm not dishing our followers, it's just I don't know, it tends to...
Well, it's not our followers, it's when it pops up in people's feed that don't follow you and don't know your work. I feel like everyone that follows you because they like your work and they know your work. It's when YouTube recommends it to someone who doesn't know you and they click on it because maybe they like the thumbnail and then they watch it and then they're like, what is this? I don't get it. And I feel like that's when we get weird comments from people.
Well, it's also, you know, the models I shoot, if they've got a lot of tattoos, or like Shay who has stickers, all they want to do is tell me how disgusting she looks with the stickers. And I know the models read these comments.
I don't know, I don't go through all the comments. Well, I mean, I have to, but if I didn't have to because of my job, I wouldn't see.
Lottie does.
Does she?
Yeah, she saw some comments. She goes, gee, they're a bit nasty on YouTube. And there was some nasty comments there. I don't like her short hair. There was just, who cares what hair you like?
Yeah.
How would you feel if someone just walked up and said, I don't like the glasses you wear in the street? Nobody would do that.
I saw there was, speaking of the tattoos and stuff, on the last one we did with me with the jacket.
Oh, the
and
scratches.
I had the scratch. And someone said that they were like, oh, thank God it's a scratch. I thought it was a tattoo. And they're like, tattoos are gross or something. But it's like, why would someone get a scratch tattoo?
I've seen dumber tattoos. You're telling me something about someone was getting a laser removal of a moth on their butthole?
It was a butterfly.
Butterfly in their butthole. So dumb tattoos.
Each wing was on like each cheek. So
yeah, I can imagine what the body was. Were they going to try and remove that as well?
Don't know.
Oh my God.
It was funny. Ouch. That would hurt. I know. How?
Oh, what you've already had a butt tattoo, have you?
I mean, the laser would really hurt. The tattoo would hurt, and the laser hurts even more. Ugh. Ugh, brother. Ugh.
Ugh.
Who's doing that? That's weird.
It's weird.
People are interesting choices. So yeah, who knows? Maybe someone would get a scratch tattooed on their chest.
I've seen dumber.
Dumber.
Yeah, I've seen dumber. People trying to make a statement and getting something, but you can't understand or work out what it is until they explain it, and you go, oh. Well, I would have never thought that.
Oh, tattoos. I'm on the fence about getting more. Like, there's a few that I really want, but...
I'm forbidding you. Someone said to me, why doesn't she just use makeup to cover it? I said, because she's lazy.
I am. No, I do need to book
For photo shoots, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. I'll book in another session.
I'll book in.
I will. Before we go to Europe, I promise you, I will book in another session to get my arm done.
Yeah, right.
I will. I promise you.
I don't believe you.
I will do it. I need another session on it before we go, because I want it gone before my wedding next March. So I've got 2 more sessions, and they have to be 3 months apart. So I can fit in another 2 in the next 11 months. I can do that. I will do that. Promise.
Or you could just do an MGK and get it blacked out.
I'm not getting blacked out. Oh, that would be so painful. So painful.
So painful.
So what is that all you did this weekend? Your cooking and your tutorials? And
I watched a movie.
What did you watch?
Ferrari.
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 Yeah, you were telling me you liked that.
I really liked that. It was parts of his story I never knew about, and it sort of completely changes the type of person and why he was the way he was. And it was just a really good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I haven't watched any movies recently. I've just been watching maths. Well, Jared suggested watching a movie the other night called Old Dads. Apparently
doesn't sound like something you would watch.
It's supposed to be funny. It's got a couple of comedians in it. I don't know. It's supposed to be funny, but I just...
Like grumpy old men.
I don't know. I can't remember. I did watch the trailer a little while ago, but I don't know. Apparently it's good, and he was, do you want to watch it? I was like, not really. Like, I just wasn't in the mood to, like...
Watch Old Dads.
No,
you
like...
can watch Peter anytime. But see, I'm not old dad, I'm an old grandpa, so you can't call me an old dad.
I was just in one of those moods to keep watching trash TV that's kind of mindless. I wasn't in the mood to, like, focus on, like,
At least you recognise that it is trash and it's mindless.
Of course. I'm not going to sit there and say
Even
it's riveting TV.
Even though you want to book one of the people who's going to marry you.
Yeah, to be my wedding celebrant. But no, I recognise it. I've got no shame in admitting that I love trash TV, and I'll call it what it is. It's mindless, trashy TV.
Oh no, there's stuff that I've got no shame in. Like, I like some of Justin Bieber's music. And Justin Timberlake. I actually really like some of them. Not anymore, because I haven't done anything. TV shows, I used to love Gilligan's
He's
Island.
got new music out.
I haven't heard it.
Oh yeah, he's got some new stuff out.
Is it good?
I don't know. I don't listen
You
to
got a
it.
little bit samey. Yeah. You didn't move.
I like to move it.
I like to move it. Now, it's interesting I started to listen to a bit of Eminem's new. It just sounds like Eminem. It sounds like Try Hard Eminem.
Oh.
I think he's past his
Prime.
Yeah, I think he's into Elton John era. Oh my God. Don't try and write anything new, just sing your old stuff. Actually, just go do a world tour, Slim Shady tour, and just do that album.
Well,
Go back and do your first album live. And maybe drop 1 or 2 other songs in, like...
Jared saw Slipknot when I was meant to, but I stupidly booked workshops that week. I think it might have been a year ago or something.
Yeah, see, I said I wouldn't go and see you.
Well, Jared said they were really good, and they have new stuff out, but he said they only played their old stuff. And I was like, that's saying something if you have new music out.
And you're only playing old.
Which I'm all for. I mean, old Slipknot is my, like...
No, but it's hard because, like, Rush is a band I absolutely love, and I sort of came into Rush a little bit late. Like, they only had 4 or 5 or 6 albums out when I found them. But then after the album I found... It started going, like, to me, they had peaked And like the music was still all right. And if you listened to it enough, you got addicted to it. But when you listen to something 2 albums earlier than when I started to 2 albums after, it's like, yeah, no, you're getting old. It's like you've been there, done that, and you've just put a different key on it. Or, I don't know, it's hard. Like, I've seen it with lots of bands. A few bands like Pink Floyd did a couple of good albums. After the split up, there's a couple of good albums, but then again, they got this boring middle of the, I don't know, it becomes the middle of the road. I can't explain it. It's like we had an edginess and now we've still got the same sound, but you can predict what we're going to do next.
Were you saying something kind of similar with your photography not too long ago, that you look at your older stuff and you feel like you had like a bit more of a...
But I think there's 2 reasons. It's the me being scared of cancelled.
Yeah. And
I had a certain worker that wanted me to go more commercial. Then I got surrounded by people of commercial.
And you had a lot
of models.
Yeah.
But then having Shane here the other day, that just the
easy
stuff.
To fall.
Like I did a little after the facts. I filmed a tutorial yesterday, but it was talking about the pictures I'd taken because Shane and I just wanted to do stuff without cameras running, and I'm glad we did because we created and it's just some shots. It's 3 shots I just adore, and it's the type of how I used to shoot. But when I did the Nun series with Anne, see, that didn't have the bite of my old work because I think it was too planned.
No, I think it did. I really liked that stuff.
No, I liked it, but there's still something from the original picture which I don't like.
I much preferred the Anne stuff.
No, I liked. Don't get me wrong. I really liked the floating in that. But
Yeah,
there
I
was an
think that's
essence
so
of that
much
old picture that
No,
I don't know if
disagree.
it's us reproducing it.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree. I liked it so much more.
So much more. Well, I liked Anne as a model 100% more.
I liked the box gap.
Of course you did.
No, I liked all the different... No, I liked the series. I liked it so much better.
You liked it so much better.
And I'm not just saying this because, hi, Aunt. I seriously liked it so much better.
No, I'm not saying I hate it. It's hard. I felt the last time Anne came down, we did some of the ghost stuff.
Oh, that was sick.
Yeah, but that was Anne and I working like we used to work.
Yeah.
And I felt, well, I think Shay's coming down in a couple of weeks and I could kill her. I went through all the edits that I haven't done and it's like, Shay, there's like 8 weeks work here. And they're all really cool. Sorry. And some of the shoots, like the shoot I edited last night, if I only get 1 picture out of a session, but it's a really cool picture, I'm happy with that session.
Yeah, it's not a waste.
It's not a waste. But the problem when I'm working, especially with Shay and sometimes Anne and that, it's like, there's not 1 killer picture, there's like 8. So there's 8 edits and oh my God. And
yeah.
But yeah, I did the edit of one of the Shay ones last night, and it's funny, the one I picked, I had 3 that I loved, and the one I picked is I thought it's because the eyes was I love it, and then when I flicked past the 3 I picked, the one without eyes is so much better. So I've got to re-edit another one. I might do that tonight.
You won without the eyes? Are you feeling okay?
Oh, it's got this attitude. It's just something about the body language.
Do you need to check your temperature?
No, it was... Without the eyes, it allows you to look around the picture more.
Interesting.
Interesting. But yes, it is a bit like that, but I still find even Metallica, Chili Peppers, Muse, I can name all these bands that really, after their sort of peak album, it just... Like Tool's latest, which is a couple of years old now, I think, it's like, it's cool, but I just feel like I've heard it all before. It's not like the last album I love, I can't remember the name of it, but I absolutely loved it. But it just had this feel that was in some of their other albums.
The reason I say this because I remember we were having this conversation and you were saying the same thing about you, but then you were like, and then I remember one day you came in and you were like, you know how I was saying this and I was feeling down? And I was like, yeah. You're like, no, but then I went back through it. I had a look at, And you know what? No, I have taken some really awesome stuff recently, and you were like, I don't know, I think you
Oh
were,
yeah,
I don't know, I think you were having a down day and then you're having a good day. I don't know.
well, it depends. If I've done 5 or 6 shoots with models that, meh,
Yeah, then you're going to feel a bit...
it gets me flat. Or if I
Yeah.
haven't been shooting.
And then you get, then it starts affecting you and you get a little bit flat. But then you have a few good shoots and then you're up and then...
But part of it worked out was my fault anyway, because just letting every single shoot the model pick everything.
Yeah, and you're like, I hate this, but you just...
Yeah.
And then you get down. And I feel...
But then I go then and watch the people that I really love and watch the videos, and I just go, oh my God, I can't do that. I'd get cancelled if I said that. If I bossed the models around that harsh, like certain models I could boss around. Nicole, I always bossed her like crazy. Number one, she didn't listen, and working with Nicole, it was more like a Helmut Newton shoot where there is a shape, a structure, and a picture. That's what I'm after. You're just done, nothing eyes is all I need for this shot. But I need all these other things to fall into place. When I'm shooting more emotion, that's not the thing. It's trying to get the emotion. That's one of the reasons I want to do the shoot with you on Friday. I shouldn't say too much. You're going to get worried about it now. It's me. No, it's just me.
Don't say too much.
I won't say. I'm just trying stuff.
Okay, just leave it at that.
I'll leave it at that.
Cool.
Cool. What are you looking at?
I'm just seeing how much time.
How much longer we have
No,
to
how
talk
much
for.
how much
Oh
long we've
my
been
God.
talking for. I was bad. I was word.
I was can't. I
word
guess bad.
salad. I was trying to
Words
see.
a salad.
I was trying to see how long we have been talking for. That's what I was trying to say.
How long?
How long, not how much. Sorry, I meant to say how long we've been talking for.
How long? Well, hopefully I'm going to write music tomorrow.
I hope so.
I think I might do the Shay Nunn one first,
Yeah, it
because I
sounds
think I'm in the mood to write some sort of Gagaric type of religious chant.
Interesting.
Well, anybody out there who knows Enigma will know who I'm talking about. I played you an Enigma song and you said, oh yeah, I think I know that band.
Potentially.
Yeah, so I'll put that, I might put dubstep and Enigma together or something.
God.
Well, with Shay, it can't be too...
Of course
Like,
not.
I want the haunting side, but I want it to... Like a little bit the Anne one with the dubstep. I want to sort of
I
mix
love
the
that.
haunting and...
That's my favourite music and video that you've made.
Yeah, I must admit, I can't believe I put that together sometimes.
It's really good.
I wish I knew how I did it.
The music, the editing, everything, like it's so good.
It was so many hours though.
I know, but it's awesome. It was worth it. It's like my
Oh yeah,
favourite.
I am in a spot right now, like I can edit Shay pictures or edit old pictures that I found, things like that, but I've already edited all the content that we've filmed, except for if I do those short music videos, which is this stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I won't feel guilty if I lose a day trying to write a song.
Nice. Well, you can do that.
That's my biggest down. I always
You feel guilty.
guilty that I've just spent, a whole day and only got 4 bars of a song. But then later that night or the next day, I'll jump on it again and finish,
Yeah.
get a decent... It's just getting to
Getting
that
started.
first is the hardest.
Well, you're allowed to do that tomorrow. I'll allow it.
You'll allow it.
The boss will allow it.
Do I have to wear headphones, or are you happy if I put speakers on and you can just listen to me go...
I should be fine. If it starts to pee me off, I'll let you know.
All right.
All right. Well,
Well,
we should probably...
You've had enough, have you?
No, we've
You're
been
kicking
talking
them
for
out.
like an hour.
Have we?
Yeah. Just
Oh, it's-
about 59 minutes.
Oh, it's 4 minutes overtime.
Yes.
Well, now I can cut out me yelling at
No,
somebody.
it has to stay in there. I hope you enjoy Peter yelling at people.
People yelling at people.
It's funny.
It's funnies.
Have a good week and we'll see you guys again next week.
Yep. See ya.